Okay. Assalamualaikum everyone. The next subtopic for decision making is called special orders. Okay, special order, the opposite of regular order. For a manufacturing company, normally they have the regular order. Okay. Imagine that you're going to Mydin and you see a lot of shampoos being manufactured, for example, by Procter and Gamble, right? Okay, so Procter and Gamble, they might manufacture one type of shampoo, and that shampoo is their regular order. Okay, maybe at some point in time, they find that they have spare capacity. Spare capacity means, for example, they have more than enough labor, or they have more than enough factory space, they have more than enough machines that enables them to produce up until their full capacity. Okay, in those kind of situation, let's say if you're talking about 100% capacity, okay, maybe the company now is only producing at 80%. Okay, so this is the regular production, and this 20% is idle capacity. So what can they do with this idle capacity? That's when they can consider whether they want to use up that idle capacity and produce for special orders. Alright? Okay, so imagine just now Procter and Gamble, which is a common manufacturer of shampoo. Maybe I don't know, maybe their regular order is shampoo called Clear, right? And then suddenly there's another company who wants to use up this spare capacity to produce another shampoo, but that shampoo can be under different name for this particular client. Alright, so what the company can decide is whether they want to accept or reject the special order to use up the 20% capacity. Alright, so usually if they decide to produce the special order, the special order will not be as expensive as the regular order. Okay, because normally it is priced lower than the regular orders. It's a basically it's similar, but they might not have the special packaging, they might not have the special ingredients in the product, and so on. Okay, so the company will have to accept or reject the special order. So we as the management accountant, we need to advise the manager whether they should accept or reject. Okay, in a special order scenario, you can have two possible scenarios. One is when there is no opportunity cost, and the other scenario is if there is opportunity cost. You have come across this idea of opportunity cost before in the topic of make or buy. So the same thing is revisited here. Okay, let's look at this example of a company which has a maximum capacity 1,000 units, currently operating 80%, and the regular production is sold at 3 ringgit each. Okay, let me just draw. Let's say this is 100%, but they are not producing at 100%, they are only producing at 80%. So which means they have 20% excess capacity. Okay, the regular production is sold at 3. Okay, so this represent regular production. Selling price is 3 ringgit. Suddenly a non-regular customer, okay, a non-regular customer requested to supply 200 units of similar product at 2 ringgit each, which means this is the non-regular customer. Okay, how many do they want? They want the volume to be 200 units, and they want the selling price. That means if we are selling to them, the selling price we charge them is 2 ringgit each. Okay. Should the company, that means should us, accept or reject the special order for the 200 units? That is the problem that we need to solve. Okay, in deciding, it's quite simple actually. We accept the order as long as the incremental revenue is more than the incremental cost. This is a simple revenue minus cost idea. Okay, so if revenue is higher than cost, then we say it's profitable. If the revenue less than the cost, then we say it's making a loss. So if it is profitable, accept. If it is getting a loss, we reject. Okay. So how do we find incremental profit or loss? Very simple. We just look at what is the revenue and what is the cost. Okay. So revenue is how much is the special order quantity times special order price. Special order quantity times special order price, not the regular order, okay? Because now we focus on the special order, which is, in my example just now, we focus on this 20%. So the special order price here is 2, special order quantity is 200, for example, okay? So that's what we plug in into this formula. Then we ask ourselves, to make that special order, how much is the extra cost? Okay, how much is the extra cost? Now, extra cost in this case comes from 3 components, similar to the 3 components you have looked at under make or buy topic previously. So, all the variable costs plus any additional fixed cost, not absorbed fixed cost, additional fixed cost, if any. Sometimes it doesn't have any additional fixed cost, then you can just ignore. And plus opportunity cost, if any. Alright? Okay, so let's look at illustration 1, special order, accept or reject. Okay, Ihsan Berhad produces a single product, has the capacity to produce 100,000 units in the next period. The cost estimates per unit are as follows. Okay, direct material 2, direct labor 6, variable overhead, and fixed overhead. Okay, this is the absorbed fixed overhead, so therefore it is not relevant. Okay, right, now the company is currently producing at 80% capacity and is able to sell at 25 each. What does that mean? That means regular production is 80%. Okay, so if the maximum is 100,000, this is equivalent to 80% times 100,000 units, which is also 80,000 units. Right? And the selling price of regular order is RM25 each. And then what happens next? Okay, next thing is we have this non-regular customer approach the company to purchase 20,000 units at 20 ringgit. What does that mean? That means special order, they want 20,000 units and the selling price of special order is RM20. That is normal to find that it is lower than the regular order. It says here, if this order is accepted, the company needs to hire a special machine costing 2,005. Okay, special machine cost is a fixed cost. And this fixed cost only happens if they want to produce special order. So this is called additional fixed cost. It is not variable cost. Okay, so it's in the category of additional fixed cost. So the company should accept or reject. Okay, remember, we have got a case where the special order units is just nice to cover up until maximum capacity, because maximum capacity is 100,000, regular order 80,000, special order 20,000. That means no existing production will be sacrificed. In a way, this is actually a problem where there is no opportunity cost involved. Okay, so for the solution, I give you simple 5 steps. First is check capacity. Second is find how much is the revenue. Third is find how much is the cost. And then fourth is how much is the profit or loss, and make the decision or advice. Okay, very simple. Okay, let's look at checking capacity. Maximum capacity 100, current capacity for regular order 80,000. That means spare capacity will be 100,000 minus 80,000, which is 20,000. And the special order quantity is exactly matching the spare capacity. Therefore, there is no opportunity cost. Okay, because no regular order will need to be sacrificed. So the question, can the spare capacity cover the special order? Yes. Therefore, there is no opportunity cost involved. Next, we need to find the incremental revenue. Selling price of special order already 20 ringgit, we know. Special order quantity 20,000. So the incremental revenue is 400,000. Why is it called incremental? Because it's the added revenue if they accept the special order. Okay? Not their existing revenue. It's the added revenue if they decide to accept. And if they decide to accept special order, they need to incur extra costs coming from 1, 2, 3 possible items. So the unit variable cost will be 10 times 20,000. This is the volume of the special order volume. 10, where does 10 comes from? Okay, look back at the question. The 10 comes from here, all the variable costs. Okay, this is the variable cost, variable cost, variable cost. So all the variable costs, if you add up, it becomes 10 per unit. So 10 times 20,000 plus extra fixed cost just now, the special machine cost 2,005. So which means that their incremental cost is 202,500. Their extra revenue is 400,000. Clearly, we know that they have incremental profit of about 197,500. So this decision will be, we advise the company to accept because it increases existing profit by 197,500 if they decide to accept this special order. Okay, anything above 0 is profitable. Okay, now let's look at example with opportunity cost. Company produces single product, has the capacity to produce 100,000 units, same as before. Okay, cost estimate also the same as before, whereby the UVC is 10 also. This is irrelevant because this is absorbed fixed cost, not extra fixed cost. The company is currently producing at 80% and is selling 25 ringgit each. Customer has approached the company to purchase not 20,000 but 25,000 at 20 ringgit each should the company accept the offer. So first step, check capacity. Maximum 100,000. Currently they're producing 80. So spare capacity only 20. Special order quantity will be given the priority, which is 25,000. Therefore, there will be existing production being reduced, okay, of 5,000. So if the special order quantity is higher than the spare capacity, we assume that the the current production will be cut down by 5, so it becomes 75. So therefore, it will go back to 100,000 in total. Okay. Thus, there is an opportunity cost involved since 5,000 units of regular order will be sacrificed. How do we find opportunity cost? The same formula which I have introduced to you under make or buy chapter, which is units of regular order sacrifice times the UCM of regular order. So, actually, opportunity cost is UCM times units lost, right? Okay, UCM, you already learned from CVP. UCM is SP minus UVC times volume lost. So, if the volume loss is 5,000, this is the regular order selling price, which is this one. This is the variable cost of the regular order. And therefore, if you times, you will get opportunity cost to be 75,000. So the next step is find out our incremental revenue. Here, the incremental revenue will be 500,000 because it's 25,000, no longer 20,000. 25,000 times 20 ringgit, we get 500,000. Incremental cost will be based on the 25,000 being produced times UVC 10 plus opportunity cost we already got from here, and that will be in total 325,000. So incremental profit will be still available 175,000. Therefore, we advise the company to accept because it will increase existing profit by 175,000. But if you look at the answer before, their incremental profit probably was higher. Let me just check. Yeah, 197,000 because they have no opportunity cost. Okay, but with the opportunity cost, so their incremental profit will be a bit lower, but still because it's positive, then you say it is acceptable. Okay, so in order to close this subtopic, I will mention a few of the issues, qualitative issues to consider. Number one is possibility of repeat orders, meaning that are the special order have the opportunity to be repeated in the future? If yes, maybe it's a good idea to start making it now. Okay. Customer loyalty may be affected if involved. This is if opportunity costs arise. Okay, so you might want to draw the attention to the management that if opportunity cost occurs, customer loyalty may be affected. And ability of customer to pay and show good business. This is relating to the special order customer. You have to decide whether to accept or not by looking at other factors such as how good is the customer. Are they going to be able to repay you or not? Okay. Is the special order the best way to utilize excess capacity? Are there any options? For example, maybe instead of you producing special order, maybe you just want to rent out to other clients. Okay, and then you just get rental revenue. That could be another way of using up your spare capacity. Okay, so I think that's all for our third topic. I will follow up with some past semester questions after this.